Hello everyone, Interact back again with some more Dead Sales. Let's get back into it. Actually, hold on. Let me start this episode extremely unprepared. I need my map, so I know where I'm going. We would like to get the boss cell from Mr. Watcher. And actually, I really don't need it, because honestly, I actually know exactly how to get to the Watcher, because I've been there a billion times. So this allows you to collect boss cells. So apparently how it works with leveling up things in the Foundry, if you have one boss cell, basically you can get upgrades equal to the level of boss cells. So this would let me get everything to level 1. This would let them get to level 2. If I had all 3, you could get it up to, like, it's S tier, I think. And essentially what that does is, apparently it just increases the base level of items. So like this would be, if I had an upgrade on Cursed Sword, this would be a Cursed Sword 2. Or a Cursed Sword 3? It basically just increases the level of things. So it makes the early game easier, if that makes sense. The early game becomes easier. Obviously there's a cap on how high up of a level you can actually get. So it doesn't make it so like the entire game is easier. I think the cap is S2, which is like level 8 or something. It might be 8 or 9. But basically, yeah, it just makes the early game easier so you can kind of speed through and progress to the final levels. And you can only upgrade things to, obviously by spending cells at the end of a boss fight. So you'd have to get to the incomplete one with 3 boss cells to get anything to S tier. So we will be endeavoring to do that once we, as I've said, once we actually have all the things unlocked that we currently have sitting there waiting for unlocks. Since we have a lot of things that we're still waiting on. And I am going to clear out these early guys just quickly. We do have one boss cell on, so they do have a little bit of a higher chance. I believe it gives them a higher chance to drop a cell. I know that boss cells, the 2 boss cells 100% gives you a higher chance to drop cells. I'm not entirely certain. I'd have to check out the wiki or the subreddit and ask for that kind of information. I completely whiffed any of those parries. Okay, I'm gonna try this. You know, I looked at my lifetime stats in a recent episode. I actually do have one of these beaten somehow. I do not remember ever doing that. But apparently one time I did beat a challenge area. So I'm just gonna try and run it back, you know? Run it back with that time like a million years ago that I did it, and I failed already. So there you go. Alright, so we have to go my least favorite path, which is the sewers. Yay! Well, there is the sewers. We haven't gotten a single scroll, so we're gonna go back. We haven't picked up another scroll, or we did pick up a single weapon out of a chest, right? Yeah, so. I see people on the subreddit with like everything on S tier already. They're like, oh yeah, just beat the clock tower with 3 boss cells equipped. Here's my build, and I'm like, you guys do nothing but play this game? Do you have no other games that you show love for? You know what I mean? I've been picking up some Rainbow Six Siege recently. Still playing some Dead Cells. The Blood Hunt is currently going on if you do play, what am I talking about? Dead Cells, that's the game I'm playing right now. Dead by Daylight. I have been playing recently. The Blood Hunt is going on right now, which means you get 2 times, or 100% extra blood points, so do that if you want. I'll probably be streaming it all the days that I have off of, all the days that I have available. So if you want to come peep that, the stream is in the YouTube description. If not, that's fine too. I know some people don't like Twitch. They don't. I don't know if they don't like it or if they don't just don't have the time to watch streams. I know that basically the reason why I don't stream extremely frequently is that kind of doesn't really work with my schedule. You can watch VODs and stuff, but some people don't really like that. They enjoy the live interaction with chat and whatnot, which is also understandable. I like watching live streams when I have the chance. So if you want to watch me play that, I might stream some other games as well. I picked up They Are Billions recently as well, which is a really cool game. I don't really know if that would translate too well into YouTube content, so I'll probably just keep it off for now unless you really want to see it. I'm also terrible at it, so I still have yet to beat the first level. Yeah. So we got Aura Laceration from the last daily. I think I probably want that. Although Absorption was really good. Why is it 9.2? That's weird. Man. I think I just want more Mutations, honestly, at the moment. So I can kind of spice up the runs a little bit. Aura of Laceration is going to be really good. It only scales with tactics, which kind of sucks. Apparently, with Mutations, I've been reading that the old survival only shield meme build is kind of dead, and I think right now the flavor of the month is like a tactics deployable build or frost weapons, which are still really good because of obviously CC on higher levels is extremely good. I think I'm gonna go with this. So a lot of people are doing like a frost bow and a extremely damaging like hunter's longbow or something, and just dumping points into tactics and having, I don't know if there's freezing traps or not, but having like frost grenades and stuff. And apparently they're like two-shotting the assassin, which sounds absolutely hilarious. But I've always liked tactics, so I'm gonna probably start doing that a little bit more if possible. If you've watched some of the earlier videos, you know that I tried to do that when apparently it wasn't actually all that great to do. And I still tried it because that's like, when I first started playing the game, the build was like, get a biter swarm, get a horizontal turret, don't die obviously, get a biter swarm, get a horizontal turret, and then just cheese your way to the end. Which was the incomplete one, or the Watcher, depending. Once again, don't die. I need to remember that I do have a boss cell on, so it's not like I can steamroll through this like I used to. Back in my day, we didn't have boss cells. I'm not gonna pull that, come on. And apparently they've added a lot of these secret paths. I don't know if that's in this previous update or what, but... Ooh, Crusher's a good one. I think I take Crusher over Knife Storm. Crusher is like a enabler for... I didn't really want to do that, but okay. Crusher's an enabler for like a brutality-based build. I think that by changing up a lot of the way that things scale, like not every tactics item scales with tactics anymore, you know? They've kind of diversified it. In a good way, obviously. I like diversity in builds and in roguelites. It's one of the things that kind of bothers me about Isaac, to an extent, is like, there is a meta, which makes sense. Like, every roguelite has people who play it to do the ideal build, right? And the ideal build is basically just like, get Guppy. And then proceed to win. Get Guppy, deal with the devil with precedent, get really high damaging items. Which is fine, but... And there are, you know, some not to steal a word here, but some zanier options that you can do, but they aren't as effective. But I think that's what I enjoy so much about this, is it feels a lot more like an RPG than it does a roguelite at times. Which is good, because I grew up on RPGs, namely of the J variety. Goodbye. So I like that, having a little bit of diversity, you know, in what you can and can't pick and still proceed through the game. And I mean, at the end of the day, it is, you know, a single player game, so if I felt like rolling brutality only, never using a skill, I could do that. No one's gonna stop me. You know, the rogue-lite police aren't gonna knock down my door and be like, hey, stop that. Got reports that you're doing brutality only and not taking any skills. That's illegal in all 50 states. I think we're gonna take tactics because we don't have a point in it for some reason, and also we have the mutation. And also mutations add a nice... I don't know if they're randomized? I actually can't tell at this point. I don't have enough of them. It seems like they're randomized, but I feel like you can pick from all of them in the pool. You just have to unlock them. But I think once you unlock them, you can pick any of them, right? I don't know, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that, but it feels like once I unlock a mutation, I need to not die here. Once I unlock a mutation, I can just keep taking it. Like, I have this tactics one that gives me damage when I'm near a deployable. I'm pretty sure I can just do this, pick this one every time. Like, without thinking about it. Ooh. That's obviously going to get recycled because it's not a deployable. Can't open that because I don't want 2 boss cells. Oh boy. Ooh, thank you, Spider Rune. Didn't think I'd be saying thank you, Spider Rune, for a very long time. Okay, so this is now not... Didn't this used to be brutality and survival? Maybe they made like all the ranged weapons into tactics. I think I think I take this over Spiked Shield just because I remember what it did to the Watcher the last time that I used a heavy crossbow. Oh, get out of there, please. Thank you. And then, I mean, I need to start building for the Watcher because obviously, like, a shield is good. It helps. No, I didn't. Please don't do this to me. What is the point of that? Oh yeah, I forgot you can do that. Whoops. Ow. Ooh, that was almost quite bad. Please stop. I think I probably want tactics? I guess more tactics. Where am I going here? I guess I'm kind of on the only path that I can see at the moment. That looks like it just is a dead end with a grenade in it. That, wow. Don't, boy. Oh boy, oh boy. What am I doing? Thank you, Crusher. I keep failing that toss right there. That's gonna get me far in life. Oh my goodness. Wait, that worked? What? Very confused. You are not a meat vendor, you are a weapon vendor. I actually could stand to use a weapon vendor. I only have a spiteful sword too. I think more than anything, I'd rather have a food vendor though. A blood sword is nice. I think I'm gonna reroll and see what we can get here. Haler's nice. I do like a good balanced blade. I hate a whip. I'm gonna keep rerolling. Okay, there's War Spear. Covers the victim in flammable oil. We do actually have enemies burn when they die, so we'll just put on good old War Spear here. Hope we're not falling into a trap. And I think we're actually probably just going to get out of here as quickly as possible. Because, you know, I don't want to die. Because dying right now would actually just be stupid. Alright, the range on that's a little not great, I'd say. I'd really like them to get all grouped up. I kind of have to play a little bit of a safer game here due to my lack of the HP. Grab the teleporter. There's a treasure chest. What do you got for me, buddy? I don't believe you can contain food. Ooh, meat grinder. This is actually tough because like Crusher and Meat Grinder are both going to be really good against the tentacle phase of the Watcher. And they both scale with brutality if I end up going a brutality build. However, the heavy turret, that's a tough call, I think. I guess I'll take it over the Crusher because it does more immediate damage, even though it's less, it does the damage over time. But it is better. Let's grab this and grab a point in tactics. This should be our exit, correct? Please? Alright, cool. It is the exit. Thank goodness for that. Oof. Man. So I took my dogs to the vet today. We're getting into story time now that I feel a little bit more comfortable. I took my dogs to the vet today. I don't know, I just kind of want to know where people stand on like listening to doctors and vets about things. Because I know a lot of people will like go to the doctor and be like, the doctor will be like, oh, you have this or that, and they'll be like, do I though? I don't know. Shouldn't you like listen to the person with the medical training? Is that not common knowledge? I don't know. I feel like you should probably listen to them to an extent, obviously. Like if you go to a mechanic with your car and they're like, this is what's wrong with the car, shouldn't you be like, oh, okay. Instead of being like, is it though? You don't need to be Larry David about everything, right? I think we want to take just the cooldown reduction. I don't know, I feel like people give like professionals a bad rap, and maybe it's wrong to compare a doctor to a mechanic since one of them has to go to medical school and the other one just has to like get certified, but like it's their specialty, right? You know? You wouldn't go to like an oncologist and they'll be like, oh, you have cancer, and you'll be like, well, do I have cancer though? Like, yeah, the oncologist said you had cancer. They did like the tests and stuff. You know, why do you not believe them? Why are people? I don't know. People just seem like so skeptical about people in professions, and I just don't know why that is. Maybe it's different in other countries. Here in good old America, though, no, people just seem skeptical about like everything. Biter Swarm is good, but I think I like the heavy turret because it increases our damage, in addition to also increasing our damage due to our mutation over there. I dislike those guys, but holy mother of God. That's a lot of bats. So I can't tell if the deployable thing stacks or not. It kind of looks like it does. Like the mutation that gives me plus 68 damage, like, because I have a 2 right there, right? Sorry, it's a little blurry when I'm behind the waterfall thing. I have a plus, like a 2 arrow thing, and now I only have a 1. So does it stack with itself? Is that what I'm being led to believe here? Because if it does, that's really good, because you can double dip. That's bad. That's the opposite of really good. That was really bad. I don't know, maybe it's just an American thing. Maybe in other countries they treat like people in professions with a little bit more reverence, I guess would be the word that I would use. Which could be the wrong term, I'm not sure. Respect, maybe, is a better term? I don't know. I think in most Asian cultures, they're pretty highly respected, at least in a traditional sense. I'm not sure about it in a more modern sense. Because I've obviously never been to an Asian country, either modern or in the past, you know, since I didn't live in the past. Although I guess, technically, didn't we all live in the past? If you think about it, you know? Ow. Okay, no. Yeah, Ooh, well... Alright, we're gonna run that back, because that was only a 20-minute run. So, hey, welcome back. It's me. I think, honestly, to cap this one off, we're just gonna see what 2 boss cells looks like. So, let's run a little experiment here. Let's see what 2 boss cells looks like. Let's see, like, because it says it greatly increases the difficulty, I'm wondering what the beginning floor looks like. Okay, we picked up actually like 2 really good starting items. So obviously these guys have more HP. We've still got these caster boys. We still die in 1 hit. Apparently not, though. It's a random amount of damage. What's going on here? Okay, so we're still hitting pretty hard on these guys. I'm also doing this because of the extra cells. It feels like there's a lot more enemies. I love that that has some backswing to it. I love it when games do that, like the damage matches the actual animation. Because like obviously the animation there, like if you watch really closely on the second swing, there's a little bit of that back hit. I think Spelunky, I don't know if it popularized that or if it's just kind of brought it to the attention of a lot of people. But that's one of the things that Spelunky is like well praised for, is bringing like that little bit of realism, I guess, to the game. This is of course speaking as someone who is, don't kill me, never played Spelunky. Even though I play all these roguelites and I'm like, oh yeah, I love roguelites, they're my favorite. Never played Spelunky. Sorry. Maybe I should. I'm looking forward to Spelunky 2, though. Maybe I can actually get on the Spelunky train when that comes out. As it stands right now, I'm like not really. Spelunky's a little too old for me to pick up and kind of go through, I guess. I don't know, because with roguelites, I kind of like them when they're newer and they have like that kind of air of mystery about them. You know, like with Isaac, when people were still trying to figure out how you unlock the Lost. I like that when or the Keeper and stuff. Well, I guess wait, was the Lost data mined or was the Keeper data mined? I think the Lost was data mined. But when people were trying to like solve the puzzle, I don't want to go back. I want to go here. When people were like trying to solve the puzzle, you know, and you got the community and you got that whole ARG aspect. I like roguelites when they have that kind of thing, you know? And Dead Cells is sort of still in that position of people don't really know everything. Like, there could be secrets hidden that people haven't found out. Although I guess people kind of data mine a lot nowadays. I don't really know how that works at all, but okay. I think data mining is kind of... Wow. Data mining has kind of killed the ARG aspect of games. If it even is an ARG, maybe it's more just like a Easter egg hunt, who knows. Oh, I can't. I don't have a starting sword? Why do I not have a starting sword? So there is a, there is a achievement, an achievement, should I say, to beat the game with a starting weapon. Maybe I'll work on that one of these days, just kind of as a joke. So they made the infantry bow shoot way faster. Or am I thinking of the different weapon? No, yeah, critical one was. I think they made this thing like way faster. Ow. Things hit really hard. Holy crap. Stuff's like one-shotting me, but then again, I guess I'm almost one-shotting them. I think at this point, I'm honestly supposed to have like tier 2, yeah. I think I'm supposed to have tier 2 weapons at the moment, and I just don't, so, you know, yeah, maybe I should go, I'm gonna go back to a single boss cell, if you don't mind. A single boss cell, if you don't mind. And I'm gonna try and get the Watcher done. We'll do a little speed run here. Sure, I like that, and Punishment apparently is like the greatest. Don't have any way to enable my hip-hop beat weapon here, but that's fine. Bloodsword does enable it, but at the same time I also think Bloodsword's just better. Wow. I got one of them. Apparently you can't double parry. It's too bad. Hunter's Grenade. It is interesting actually with the Hunter's Grenade and the way that things work now. Like you can almost farm up patterns that would be later in the game earlier because the enemies show up earlier. You know? Like I wouldn't have to go to the ramparts to farm a pattern off those guys, although I already have it, I think. I could just fight them here. Which is kind of cool. I'll have to look into like where everyone actually shows up. I think I'm actually good with my weapons for now. I have Punishment, which I hear is the best shield in the game. And I mean, looking at it, how could it not be the best shield in the game? Like, it does AoE damage whenever you parry. It actually does AoE damage, I think, whenever you block. Or is it just damage whenever you block? Yeah, it deals... Okay, it's critical when you parry. It deals damage to all enemies when you... Like, I could just sit here and hold it up. And I would still be doing AoE damage. Like, that's pretty... It's pretty good for a shield. Like, honestly, I think the blood shield is pretty good for that. And it only bleeds everything when you block. Or, bleeds when you... Bleeds everything when you parry and does damage when you block? I can't remember. What did I miss here? Oh, I missed this path. Sorry, I know I'm trying to speed through this. This episode's not too lengthy. Although I guess I have put out a few hour-long ones, so I don't know if people mind that much. I don't know. Comment what the ideal length for a video is for you. Just out of curiosity. Because I feel like for me it's like... If I'm the one watching the video, I feel like it's like 30 to 40 minutes. Which is why I kind of... As much as I love Slay the Spire, and I'm going to keep playing it if you're watching that series as well, it kind of bothers me that the runs take so long sometimes. And it's not really through any fault of my own. Like, I know card games, you know, well, I mean, I'm not like I'm not trying to self-filate here, but I know card games pretty well. I've played, like, a lot of games of Dominion. As I've said, I own all the expansion packs and everything. The game just feels, like, lengthy. I see NL's put out a series of it, and he's actually splitting it up into every floor. Which, you know, on the one hand, I understand, like, for his channel, he kind of likes those, like... He kind of likes the, like, 30-ish... Like I said, that 30 to 40 minute mark of videos. And I think for, like, his Twitch streams and stuff, he does, like, 25 minutes. So maybe he likes more like a 25 to 35 minute long video. Like, I can understand that. I'm gonna go with HP after parry, since we have Punishment. And I can understand that, but, like, I just don't know if I guess he plays pretty slowly, so his videos would be like an hour and 40 minutes maybe, if he was to put them all in one video. So maybe that's why, but like, I play pretty quickly and I'm still on like 50 minutes per video, you know? And if you haven't checked out that series, feel free to. I mean, if you like roguelites and you like card games, if you don't like card games, then by all means, like, I would understand you not even remotely giving it the time of day. It's basically just a roguelite deck building game. Like, deck building is not everyone's cup of tea, even like in the slightest sense. I know a lot of people hate cards. I don't know if that hate is the right word. A lot of people dislike card games in general. Just because there is a lot to them. They're simple on a base level, but on like a higher level, they can have a lot of nuance, and people can get kind of bogged down in that. But if you like card games, feel free to check that out. Check out some Slay the Spire stuff. Mine or someone else's, I don't really care. I love card games enough that as long as people are interested, I'm down, you know? And I think that's probably, that was so stupid. It's probably a product of the fact that, like, I grew up playing Magic, and Magic's been, like, a very large part of my life. I've said it before, and once again, not to be like, oh, I'm the greatest. I've made some amount of, like, a non-negligible amount of money playing Magic as well, so. Would you just let me get the scroll? Use. Is it impossible to get the scroll? Is this a bug? Do I need to report this? Okay, I have to stand in the very, very corner over there. Thanks, game. Yeah, I mean, I've been playing Magic since, man, what, like middle school or something? So it's been a pretty integral part of my life. Much like WoW has. I still love that game, even though the fact that it's freaking dead as heck right now. And honestly, the game is in like such a garbage state, but I'll probably buy the next expansion and be like, woo, wow, I'm so happy. Now, whenever they come out with classic servers, I'm actually going to do nothing but play WoW. Like, for the rest of my life. To get back that childhood nostalgia for vanilla World of Warcraft. Just, this channel will become nothing but World of Warcraft content forever. It's not true. I would never do that. I guess I'll open this. I might as well, right? It's like a free treasure. Wow, I don't even have to fight for this one? Sweet. Oh, yeah, Curse Sword. That's... Woo, buddy. No, thank you. I think there's also an achievement for beating the game with a Curse Sword. Although I'm not sure. I don't know, really, if this is the kind of game that I'm going to be focusing too hard on getting the achievements for. Achievements in roguelites, unless it's like Isaac, where it actually unlocks stuff, kind of a pain sometimes, because they ask a lot of you. The thing that I like the most about roguelites, and I think is what draws a lot of people to them, is the randomness of them, and the fact that you can kind of mitigate the randomness to some degree with skill. But I feel like achievements like beat the game with the Curse Sword, I don't know if really, like, I guess there's some skill involved. I think it'd be false to say there's no skill involved. But is it all skill though? Like, isn't there a bit of like, do you get really good secondary ways of setting up a good Curse Sword run? Like, you know, that was dumb of me. I shouldn't have taken that damage. I need to get the heck out of this floor. I just realized I'm really low on HP. I actually need to be parrying more because apparently I've forgotten that my parries heal me. Okay, get me up. Get me up. Whoa, buddy. I messed up the pair. Anyways, thank you for watching this rambling video of a man failing to beat Dead Cells. If you like it, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment with... I think I talked about some things, so comment about that if you feel like it. And subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thank you for watching. Hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.